Hello and hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Apex news out there. An update as of yesterday and kind of a typical Respawn / Apex Legends update we have seen so far. A roadmap as well as addressing some issues out there. No real update here, but it also touches on some very important points out there. If you guys were here for our breakdown of our update about 2 weeks ago, it was actually, in my opinion, one of the best updates we have seen so far, and certainly to date, one of the largest ones we did see, especially when it comes to weapons balancing and changing the meta at least a little bit with some nerfs for the wingman, so on and so forth, and especially hit models being addressed. On top of that, there are still so many issues for this game, and I think Mendo, of all people out there, really addressed the key issue. Besides that update, we had several weeks, right? Almost 7 to 8 weeks of just no content whatsoever, no updates from Respawn, and to a certain degree, you definitely understand it. They definitely addressed the issues they have seen so far. So I'm going to break down for all of you guys their post and overall kind of stress as well my thankfulness for Respawn and their transparency so far, but hopefully some things will change in the future, because the Apex Legends future as of right now, without consistent updates, without, substantial updates, it seems pretty weary. And I think overall what they addressed pretty much right away, and also with a picture as well, was a great job. If you guys do not follow the Fortnite scene or follow Epic Games as well, as of this week, as we broke a story on this, I'll link our video down below as maybe an article for all of you guys to read through. The way that Epic has been treating their Fortnite employees has been horrendous. The overall work environment over there has been absolutely terrible. So I greatly respect what Respawn is doing in terms of they're keeping their team separate. They're working on several games right now. They're not going to be overloading their Apex Legends team for any content out there, and that's why they've been taking their time, and they are highly stressed, stressing the healthy environment, work environment for their employees, and I really do greatly respect that, because after reading the story of what Epic employees have gone through, it was insane. People working 70, 80, up to 100 hours a week, crunching out content, as many of you guys are aware, weekly updates, and so that's why they've been okay with these lengthier updates coming out not so frequently as Fortnite has been. And reading more into the intro, it was a pretty long read, but how fast the game had grown in such a short period of time. As many of us know, it was first 1 million players, then 10 million, and then 30 million and 50 million came so fast, giving way to plenty of issues with cheaters and in-game performance issues, and also leading to many missteps with their updates and the content that was being pushed out, which is very true, because we all know, let's just be honest, right? We're going to be open and honest here. The first battle pass, it sucked it was bad. It was just straight up very bad. I don't think anyone out there saying, hey, this is a great battle pass. But besides that as well, they continue on addressing other issues in the game so far that we have seen. They touch on the number of cheaters and ways they have addressed those, and linking back to several sources of things they have tried to do to, kind of counteract the rise in cheaters we see, which I will say over the past 2 months, the progression they have made has been pretty good, I would say, especially with the vast rise in cheaters. The numbers over the past 2 months have risen substantially according to other games out there as well, and it can be very hard for a person like EA or organizer / developer like EA to combat that kind of thing. They've been very transparent on fighting cheaters out there, and I will say I think it's gotten better despite the huge rise of cheaters in all games out there in esports. They also quickly touch on the early game performance issues and finding a fix with that, along with the audio issues, and I will say along with those audio issues, I know I'm being a little lenient here, okay? I'm definitely not a fan of updates every 50 days. I think for the future of Apex Legends, this game will not survive if they continue with the drought of updates we have seen so far, but they also do have audio issues just like every battle royale has. PUBG was a first. Fortnite was a big audio issue bug as well, and they still have huge audio issues. It is a very tough game to manipulate when it comes to audio, because everyone can be left, right, above, below, and in front of you and behind you. It's all directional, unlike a lot of MOBAs out there, so on and so forth. So I understand that to a certain extent, and once they do fix these issues, I really do believe the game has a future. And then they begin the all-important breakdown for new content which will work for Apex in the future. Now, how they will continue to focus on timely updates, hopefully not too fast, but also not too slow, whilst maintaining a healthy work environment for all their employees. And most importantly, as well pointed out, each season means a new battle pass, a new legend, something new and maybe meta changing, and much more. Now, they also bounce off this, trying to address the bug fixes and issues thoroughly throughout each and every season, improve communication and transparency, which I will say one thing, Jay over at Respawn and the entire Respawn team, the one thing they have done very well, at least in my opinion, maybe not near as frequently as they once did before, but the weekly updates they once once did on Reddit and all the forums out there, as well as their website. I love the communication. I love the transparency. I think they did a great job doing so. And to the very least of the extent out there, at least they are not going down the blackout route. Call of Duty Blackout has fallen off the map entirely. I don't think they did a very good job in terms of updates or transparency. And when we did see transparency, it was for very small updates out there. So at the very least, we can thank Apex in that way. They have done much better of a job, in my opinion, than at least Blackout has done down that route. Now, very lastly as well, also pointed out for all of us, and very importantly as well, with Season 2 will be a brand new battle pass, a brand new legend, and a brand new weapon as well. And very lastly and most importantly, it also confirms map changes. It's about freaking time. So that was the update, and I want to stress so importantly, I'm very curious what you guys think about this, and it's been so long. I'm so surprised that by now there has not been a big organizer involved to get some competitive scene going. I do understand that, you know, battle royales of all games out there really do struggle. Fortnite was really the first pioneer to actually see success when it comes to running events out there, you know, fall and summer skirmish, winter royale. If I'm being honest, Fortnite's done a great job actually trying to monetize battle royales. You know, PUBG has big events every so often, but when it comes to Apex Legends, I am so surprised a game has survived this long, or at least kind of, you know, stagnated for so long based off 30K, 50K events, Code Reds, Twitch Rivals. If we get one big ESL, one big IEM event, one big Star Ladder, whatever it is, this game can take off and at least try and survive a bit longer, if not try and break out of the scene and be comparable to a thing like Fortnite. This game needs a competitive scene, it needs a bigger tournament scene, and I think it needs it as soon as possible. But as always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy Apex News. Feel free to leave your comments and thoughts down below. Always curious what you guys think. And until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy esports news. And until then, take care.